Hey guys, it's Super Comic Kevin here, and I have a different type of video for you today. Typically, I do things from my front of my camera looking at you guys, but I want to try a webcam react video this time. And today I want to be talking about the Toonami Rewind. As you guys know, with my video series, Can't Skip the Classics, I love talking to you guys about the old anime I grew up on, specifically ones that came up from Toonami. And Toonami recently announced that they're doing a Toonami Rewind, where they are bringing a bunch of their older anime and bringing them back to a 5 o'clock time slot. And let's check out this trailer, and I'll give you guys my thoughts about that.
We have to interrupt this program to bring you some breaking news.
Back in the day, Toonami was your after-school vibe.
Stay behind me!
This is trouble. I can feel it.
Prepare yourself, Sailor Moon!
Now
See, it's 15 seconds in a 30-second video, but I'm going to stop because I do just want to say this is the aesthetic that I love with the original Toonami bumpers. When especially the came to like the Boy Had a Dream one as a kid, I used to love watching their bumpers in between animes and cartoons, trying to see like the way they marketed and packaged those videos were so excellent. And I'm loving that this one's still in that same exact vibe. Shout out to the editing team on this one.
taking you back. Toonami Rewind premieres May 31st at 5 p.m. If you squint really hard, they almost look new.
I'm so glad to be alive.
Only on Adult Swim.
Alright, so that's the bumper we got, and so let's just talk about it. So right now, the 3 confirmed shows are going to be Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Naruto, which is a great start. It's supposed to be 2 episodes of DBZ Kai, Naruto, and then Sailor Moon, if I remember right. The order could be wrong, but it's going to be within that ballpark. And I think that's awesome. I think, obviously, they're like the best 3 shows to start with because, at least to me, they are the 3 anime that really defined Toonami for a big generation of people. Sailor Moon, especially for female anime fans, and male anime fans like myself. Dragon Ball Z because it's Dragon Ball Z. It's an institution of itself. I think Goku's one of the most recognizable characters in fiction at this point, especially to younger generations around my age and below. And then Naruto is Naruto. Naruto is probably one of the best shonen of all time. It's the most, everyone loves it. It's a classic. I need to finish it myself, which is, I know you guys are probably like, what the hell, Kevin? Like, you haven't watched that yet? I watched the first half of Naruto, and I dropped off on it during the Toonami era, especially with sports and things came around. So this would be the perfect time for me to get into it and actually watch it all the way through. One thing I do say, especially in the future if this goes well, I had 5 shows that I did want to see come back. So here's my first 5. One is going to be Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. That's going to be my next Can't Skip the Classics. Ghost in the Shell is one of my favorite franchises of all time. The Major is such a badass. I love that world. I love that aesthetic. The soundtrack and that shit was incredible. I have all my respect for Ghost in the Shell. I love that as a franchise. I really want them to bring that back. Next is going to be either Mobile Fighter G Gundam or Gundam Wing. You guys know my first Can't Skip the Classic was about G Gundam. Sorry, my second Can't Skip the Classic was about G Gundam. And I love it. It's Dragon Ball Z, but with giant robots. Super over the top, super campy, a hilarious rewatch. I would love to see what younger people think of this one, especially because mecha is not like their biggest genre anymore, nor do I feel like they really know about that. So I would love to see what they would think of G Gundam. And Gundam Wing is just a classic. My all-time favorite Gundam is the Death Scythe. I just think G Gundam's super fun, and it's a good starting point if you've never actually watched Gundam. Next is going to be Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star is one of my favorite 90s anime, period. I know it's a lesser Cowboy Bebop, but I love it. I love the characters, I love the design, I love that crazy sci-fi world with their kind of like cowboy aesthetic and at the same time. It's a really different anime, and I actually did a rewatch for it. Again, it's another one of my Can't Skip the Classics. Really worth watching. And number 4, Tenchi Muyo. I think Tenchi Muyo is such a classic romantic comedy harem series. It's a good one. It's not too over the top. It's not too perverted. I think Tenchi's a fun character. I love Ryoko. I love Mihoshi. That whole cast was a 10 out of 10. Really fun. The dub has not aged well. I would love to see how people would react to it, but I think Tenchi would be a perfect one. And my last is Inuyasha. I think for a lot of us, Inuyasha was another one of those defining Toonami anime as well. I loved it growing up. I had so much fun learning, and I'm actually rewatching it right now. I'm like 70 episodes in, still love it, still love these characters, and especially because I feel like Yashahime, the sequel, did not live up to that expectation. It's been really nice watching the original again, and having, hopefully that can happen for the next generation as well, letting them be able to see it and fall in love with the series just like I did. So guys, those are my thoughts right now for Toonami Rewind. What do you guys think about it? Is this something you're excited about? Let me know in the comments below. This is Super Kami Kevin, signing off.